What's up, everybody, and welcome to this week's episode of So What You Hear. I'm Jay.
I'm Craig.
Tiff.
And we had some kind of weird stuff happen today.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Yeah. Just a lot of wait, what happened? Wow. We have some new contracts going out. Trey McBride is the highest paid tight end in history.
Really?
Yeah. 4 years?
I mean, he's good.
He is good.
He's good, but I think this was a bit
Excessive.
Especially
when you need that much to help that team get better.
And my mind was like, he's good. I was like, but he was very good last year. He started coming on. It's like, you should give him.
Didn't he go the whole season without a touchdown?
No.
Wasn't that like a joke that it was like?
It took a while though. But no, he was scoring touchdowns. I had him in fantasy.
Okay.
He's the only decent player, really. He did have some falls off when I think he got hurt at some point or something like that. But he is a great tight end.
rough for tight ends.
He's a great, but tight ends was horrible last year.
Yeah.
Travis Kelce didn't even do anything.
That's true. They were all Laporta.
It wasn't.
Who I had oh my god, my brain is blank. San Francisco.
Kittle.
I had Kittle.
Yeah.
Terrible.
Yeah.
So but I mean, that's a lot of money to pay him, and also you gave him 43 guaranteed. Like, I think I would let him unless because he still had at least another year left. Like, he's still on a rookie contract.
Yeah, I definitely don't think they had to do that.
Yeah, so it was very interesting. I don't know. I still don't even know if that team is real because Kyler came back last year from the ACL.
Yeah,
and they had him winning some games, but it was already almost too late by the time he came back.
Well, they were scrappy. I felt like that defense just wasn't doing nothing. So
yeah, like you said, they could have put that money somewhere else a little bit.
Yeah.
Maybe this year, and he still could have got a decent contract next year.
Yeah.
I'm surprised.
The Cardinals are always doing things that
They do.
They
Yeah.
do odd things. Yes, I
They
agree.
do things that you're just like, I don't.
It's always been a part of all of their franchise. You're like, what?
Yeah.
I don't never. I love like Emmitt
returns.
Smith, but I was like, you signed Emmitt Smith?
Yeah.
I was like, okay.
Yeah.
So
Kurt ended up taking him to a Super Bowl, but
Carson and Kurt both came in and did well.
you didn't think he was. You kind of
No,
thought that was.
No, I thought actually when Kurt doing that was crazy, but Carson really shocked me.
Yeah.
Because I was like, oh, dog, you were done to the Raiders. I was like, oh snap!
Yeah.
Okay, look at
So
y'all.
I was like, okay, so it's interesting. I don't know, but the next contract we're about to talk about.
This changes a lot.
I was like, he hadn't played it.
Yeah. The Raiders have extended Geno Smith 2 years, $85.5 million.
Something they seeing in practice.
Do you know how much is guaranteed of this?
How much? I didn't write that.
66.5.
Yeah.
Are you?
Yeah.
Makes no sense because just the season before last, he had signed that extension with the Seahawks, and I'm pretty sure they gave him like 17 or 20 something million guaranteed. He literally played okay last season.
Yeah.
And that does not warrant that.
I mean, like I said, maybe practice.
No, he did.
Well,
I'm not going to lie and say Geno hasn't played better than we thought he ever would be in these past 3 years.
Yeah, but it still hasn't been.
But it's not.
We thought he was a backup. He showed he's a bottom end starter.
So I say more middle.
So I mean,
they
all
middle
in
of the pack,
on him,
but
no.
Because he's not as bad. He wasn't as bad as the worst. He had them playoff contention.
I'll give you that.
So that I won't say that he's middle of the pack though. But it's just okay. But he didn't warrant that, especially.
But
when
yeah,
the Raiders,
I definitely don't think he wanted that.
When the Raiders had a decent pick in the draft,
they got a 9 and.
I don't know. So, since being the year that they're going for a quarterback, then.
Well, that is what a lot of people are starting to lean on, and that's kind of crazy.
And first of all, where's the Raiders get all this money? They paid Sidney Crosby.
Let's be real. Who else are they? Sidney Crosby?
Oh, not Sidney Crosby. Max Crosby.
Yeah.
My mind's all over the place.
Yeah.
Max Crosby. Then they pay him this, and then didn't they just go get somebody else?
They got Wilkins last year, didn't they?
Yeah, they paid him a whole bunch of money. Like I'm talking about. I
mean, the cap is bigger than it's ever been.
That's very true.
So they upped it again. The cap's huge now. So you're going to be they want everybody to be able to pay everybody like this. It makes the teams better. So, because I mean, you had teams that were starting to get together that would like put together a championship, like, oh, this would be great to see a run. And you get 1 year and then everything. So I think that's why they've been pushing the cap the way they have.
Okay.
But if you're not, because the conversation is starting to become that the Browns and the Giants are starting to decide they're not probably
That they don't need a quarterback
today, Junior. That they might not need to go first round quarterback if we can get a superstar and another one, and then maybe go later and develop and stuff. So then you get a guy like, because the Titans are taking care of more at first overall. So then you get like Shador, not number 2, not number 3. Now you've got the Raiders saying that they're probably or looking like they're not going to be like. You're going to have a team like Pittsburgh end up getting like Shador, and that's how that stuff works out for Pittsburgh. A player that should never drop that far is going to drop for no reason, and Tomlin's going to snatch him up and go win a Super Bowl right as people are like, I mean, winning a winning record every year is nice, but like barely winning record doesn't count. Like Super Bowl, all right, now I can go 9-8 for another 12 years. And so
I mean that craziness would happen to them.
For the Steelers, yes.
Then that would.
But then that pushes Jackson Dart's.
Yeah, that pushes a lot of other quarterbacks who are. I think this quarterback doesn't have. It only had like 2. It's like it was Shador and Cam. Only had 2 like quarterbacks that were like, oh wow, but the drop off isn't as bad as people are making it seem.
Well, you can get one later,
because the quarterbacks coming out, I think they showed they can play.
Yeah.
They're decent developmental quarterbacks. Like, most of them aren't somebody you're going to throw in immediately, but most of the time you don't want to take
first of all
a rookie quarterback and throw him in immediately.
It's all about the NFL. It's all about getting them to that NFL speed, and you only get that experience from playing.
Well,
sometimes you can
practice.
I was like, Jordan Love didn't really play.
In practice,
if you get a really good veteran,
he has some sprinkles.
I think some of the really good veterans do well. Like
at least the ones who are doing the right thing. There's some who don't even want it. So, but that's true. We'll see though.
Well, I think the reason Shador's dropping is because when you're going into the combine, people are looking for physical attributes, and that's not really what Shador is. He's just a good quarterback, but good quarterback play doesn't always translate. So I think that's where it gives. Usually, like Cam Ward, having that explosive arm and then having the athleticism, it's like even if he never fully develops into a real good quarterback.
Their birthday's coming up, isn't it?
Yeah.
So I mean, I'm gonna wait for his pro day
because if he throws and hits all his receivers, it is what it is. He threw and hit all his receivers. There's no blitz. There's no coverage. It's not going to help, and that's the problem when you don't have an outstanding physical attribute. Sometimes you get lost in the we have no real reason to know if he's going to translate.
Because they had to see how intelligent. I think he's more of an intelligent quarterback.
Because I heard somebody, because I've been waiting all these people keep talking like he's a middle of the road quarterback, and I'm like, okay, what do you mean by that? Somebody was like, I see like an Andy Dalton. I'm like, I'd be cool with an Andy Dalton. I'm like, I think there's a lot of people that you talk prime Andy Dalton. Like,
Andy Dalton had him competing. Let's not lie.
Yeah. When they were
the Red Rocket was out there. He was a thing. That's what they called him.
Yeah. Like, he was prime. He was pretty damn good. Like, that's
he should not have been on an orange team.
Nah, that was
it's like him and what's his name? Cleveland. Was it what? Oh my god, I cannot remember names today. Forget it. But he was orange too. My brain just blank. I'll remember later.
Brandon Weeden.
It was
It was Brandon Weeden. Yeah.
Okay. My names are like.
It's funny. I don't know how I knew what she was thinking, but
that's how I work.
Yes.
But they were there today. They were very orange at the same time. This is stuff women remember and focus on. That's hilarious.
But Geno getting that contract. That really changes a lot of quarterback things for that draft.
Why not wait until he played? I don't understand.
I would have given him at least
I don't believe any teams.
There must be something they saw.
Didn't nobody see the Falcons getting Michael Penix?
That is very true.
And they can say what they say and say what's going to happen. We know how things show up. The only thing you're right about us might be getting him, but it does affect all the other quarterbacks. But I'm excited. But also we talked about this off camera. about like Shador and like his presence, how he's on like when he's in the meetings and stuff. I said, but you also got to realize he's always had him around him, so he's going to. That's just who his father is. He's going to rub off and imitate what he knows the most.
Yeah.
So like for him, when some people were like, I was like, that's all he knows. He's been ingrained in that his whole life.
Yeah.
So I'm like, what do you expect him to act like? Because his dad told him, if you think you're the best, you gotta act like
you gotta be the best.
So,
and I mean, to me, it's, like I said, like Andy Dalton was on a better team, and there was some things. There was some push a couple years where they thought, you know what I mean, and then you do get the Shador like. Tom Brady was a 6th round pick and really wasn't supposed to do nothing.
The one thing we're gonna see is the one thing that's happening with the quarterback right now is you have to be able to move. There's no because we've really gotten away from the statuesque quarterback pocket passing. Really, it's really a moving pocket these days.
Yeah,
but he has enough to slide. That's the only thing I think that really gets me about his game. He finds a way to be able to get out of things here and there. But I'm afraid.
I mean, sometimes the team's going to have to get a line. Like that's just how it works.
And I mean, he did play in college with like one of the worst lines you could have.
Yeah, that's very true.
So like, if he goes to a team with a halfway decent line, it's going to be better than he's ever had.
Yeah, he's in the NFL. They are supposed to be better. So
supposedly.
If it's us, ours is a little better. Well, better than his.
Damn.
Yeah, now.
I don't know. I wouldn't want the Browns line.
Nah, wouldn't want the Browns.
Chicago is.
They stacked their line.
They have to because Chicago.
You think Ben Johnson going to go over there and say like?
I would hope so because that line was terrible last year.
Yeah, they took care of that.
Coming from Detroit, he knows what they need.
And Steelers never think they really need a line.
Oh, I don't know if they'll ever get it.
They don't think they
because they draft one all pro, all time great lineman. That's all they'll have.
That's all they have.
They have one.
It's because, like we said, like you have a quarterback that can't really be sacked, so they don't think about it.
Hey, okay, you had Pouncey and Villanueva.
Running backs that don't need holes.
Yeah.
Do you know he said Le'Veon Bell said he never ran for his full speed? Or he probably said he never once ran full speed. I said, that's crazy.
I thought the whole thing was crazy. I thought they should have paid him.
He said he felt like he messed up.
I know he messed up, but they should have paid him because that boy was. Oh my goodness!
I've never seen anybody stop.
He was good.
That was the first time I saw somebody who was able to actually. If the line moved this way, whoa, I see that.
And the fact that only the Jets are the one that grabbed him to me is insane.
That is kind of dumb.
Le'Veon, like I'm sorry, he was insane. Like you couldn't touch him. Like you just your thought process because they ran him to you like they used them all up in the Jets, but in the beginning they was killing him. Like it's just he's insane. Like so I still don't get that. I was just like.
Speaking of stars on new teams.
Speaking of stars, right?
Oh,
new teams.
Yeah.
That was crazy.
Dak Prescott has his replacement.
Oh, I wouldn't say that. But the Cooper Rush is gone.
Yeah.
He needs a backup.
Joe Milton.
And Joe Milton was impressive, I thought.
They got Joe Milton and a 7th round pick for a 5th round pick. That's crazy. That's crazy. Like
I mean, Joe Milton was a 3rd round pick, or was he like a 3rd or 4th or 3rd or 6th round pick in the league?
Something like that.
So I mean, getting him for a 5th
was crazy, and then getting a 7-2 is insane.
That's because let's be real, he hasn't really shown anything yet.
He beat.
He did. I mean, he did come in.
And that New England team is terrible. So I don't care if they're beating backups or not. If he could beat a high school team with that New England team, that's pretty impressive.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, okay, that's true. Yeah, but
what do you think he could do with Dallas's offense?
We'll see. They're missing the center.
They are missing the center.
But like I said,
need a running back.
My thought is he'll be playing anyway in the first 8 or 9 games.
I mean, like I said, like
Dak's gonna get hurt.
Yeah, something happen.
Dak needed backup anyway. Jerry's loyal, so it's going to take more than Dak having a bad year of him being replaced. It has to be like horrendous. He's not like I said. The only reason Dak got it because Romo got hurt early.
If Dak gets hurt anywhere else crazy, I'm gonna be like, yo, it's over.
Sit him down.
Like I said,
right into the sun.
It depends on if he goes in. If he goes in and wins some, lose some, Dak still has a job. He does. Okay. He has to go in and kill it.
Well, yeah.
Because he didn't want to have to make that decision. Because if you remember, Romo's set aside.
He said, "Go ahead and let the kid
let
have
the
it."
kid have it. He didn't really have to
do that.
When they got to where it was going to have to make a decision, you want to, because that's the thing when you're winning, do you want to mess with it? It's not that I don't think you could win. Is that no one wants to stop?
No,
I think Will.
Tony should have came in the playoffs.
He should have, because I think Tony.
Tony would have.
Tony got up.
He might have.
Remember, I said I wanted us to draft Joe Milton late in the thing because I felt
that's what I thought. That's what I thought.
By now, he would have been ready to play.
Yeah.
But
I thought y'all should have got him late too, because I was like, maybe y'all he's still there, so you guys can still get him, and y'all kept going over.
That was
we passed a bunch of quarterbacks last year that I'm
like I said, we need a quarterback. Because I don't think Trey Lance.
Trey is he's still there.
Yeah, but I heard they were thinking about not keeping him.
Yeah, they're gonna cut him. They're gonna cut him.
Yeah, so I mean,
J.K. Dobbins is still a free agent too. So if you want to get wide receiver and that's true.
You was listening in Lockett.
But you only need him. Tyler Lockett's a free agent too, and replacing Brandon Cook.
But he's not as fast.
He is now. Talking about Brandon Cook now. Tyler Lockett, yeah.
But I'm talking about. I know, but Tyler Lockett's still not that fast. But I think it'd be he could definitely come in and help. But there's still somebody.
Sometimes they need short hands though. Sometimes it's not like.
And Lockett is
exactly
if you
what get where I need
downfield threat.
You don't have to get it all at once. I'm a believer that like it does not have
Lockett's
to come.
Always been shifty. Lockett's he'll probably be more of a slot anyway.
Yeah, he has short hands. So
yeah,
I like short hands.
And also your boy at tight end's coming back, right? He's not all hurt up this year. The one I like.
With Ferguson.
Yeah.
As
long because when him and Dak are clicking.
They like I said, tight ends weren't.
Yeah, they weren't.
I don't know what was happening last year. Nobody was like, and then he started a little bit, and then
he fell off. Well, Dak
kept throwing the picks in the end zone. Like he get down.
It's really weird for me. I think he's starting to get some weird form of gun shyness. Like he can't because it don't make no sense.
Well, I think some of that they need a running back. So like you get down there, now you're still trying to throw it. Why are you still throwing
3-4 throws in a row in the red zone every single time because you can't run the ball in? That's a problem.
Why are you still throwing it like that? Somebody should be running it already, and they know you're going to throw it because that's all you've been doing. Mm-hmm. And they just patient when they wait for the space to get smaller. And mine,
Yeah, sure.
They need somebody. That's why, even if it was just Bo Scatabo, they need somebody who can just pound the line.
They better get a run back, but they could also get these. They can get some good wide receivers. A young one that goes to pair with CD, too.
What?
Maybe.
I don't know what he said.
Yeah, nice.
There's other wide receivers in the draft they could get.
Is it Tez Walker? Tez Watkins?
Tez something. Johnson, something like that. I don't know.
Oregon?
No, he's not Oregon. He plays somewhere else. It's not. He doesn't play in Oregon. I know that.
He's really good. So yeah, we'll know by the draft.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
I'm tired, so you're okay.
Yeah, whatever. So, but yeah, that's And the owners meeting was taking place.
Oh yeah! Oh, the changes.
So they changed a bunch of rules. Things are going to be a little bit different next year. Which they've been doing a lot to try to play with things, but
because I think all the controversy over
because people are acting like they're trying to protect Josh Allen with all these changes. I'm like,
maybe
I think it's more Josh Allen just happens to be the guinea pig.
Kansas City though too, because
I think people are tired of Kansas City getting to these random fluke things causing them to win. And it is always against Josh Allen. I don't think they're really trying to help Josh Allen.
There's a lot of other games. It's always that this is a play they really need, and it leans that way.
It always goes that way.
Or it changed the whole flow of the game. Like the game is they're clearly struggling this way, and they get this call, and all of a sudden they score, and now it's all of them. Like it just changed the momentum completely, and you can pinpoint the rule, or you pinpoint, the flag that caused the whole momentum change.
Yeah.
And everybody sees it. Everybody's talking about it.
Yeah.
And they go back and, I'm sorry, that was a first down, and they said it wasn't a first down. But yeah.
We'll no longer have to worry about that though,
because now we have Hawkeye for all the first downs. So when Josh Allen clearly got over that line, and Dalton Kincaid the play before, because everybody talks about the Josh Allen one, Dalton Kincaid got the first down the play before that.
Yeah.
So they screwed them twice. And now you won't be able to do that because there will be a digital tracker, or it'll be like just a really deep cover, like, you know, Watergate scandal type of screwing everybody. But then at least we know the league's in on it.
AI magic.
They're also going to allow instant replay. The replay
More
assist
instant replay, yeah.
on more things and on penalties, so you won't when somebody hits somebody in the chest and they just blast them, you don't get to get a shot to the head just because it was hard. You get to look at it and go, yeah, he ain't touch his head, pick the flag up, you're fine.
Yeah.
And I think that's going to be helpful. The illegal hits on quarterbacks, because it is getting to the point where, like, every hard hit on the quarterback, they're like, flag. It's like, come on.
Can I
and now if
touch him? Yeah.
the camera can look and go, no, that was legal,
then
that gets better.
Also, the face mask.
The face mask.
There was a lot of non-face masks and face masks
I
happening.
don't know
different-
if they're going to be challenging the nons. I don't think they can
No,
use it for
it-
things
no,
where
no,
the
it-
flag's not thrown.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you said the flag got thrown, but I mean, can you
'Cause they-
challenge it?
they
Oh, no,
was-
maybe.
Yeah, I don't know, because they had a lot of face masks
Well, by
in, and
giving
they
this
weren't
replay, if it's
calling.
not, because they said there was no stuff that wasn't called. If they do this, you should be then probably making that a challengeable offense as well. Because if you, because it also
Well, but I think the flag has to be thrown for you to be able to challenge it. I don't know, or it get challenged. I don't know if you're going to be able to.
Hey, he face mask.
From what it was saying,
Well,
I don't
like,
know if it's
can
going to be
New
able to
York
go, hey,
see
we
it?
just saw him yank his face mask down.
Okay. So you, okay, I got
That's
you.
one of them, I guess, we'll
Oh,
have
yeah,
to see
so
how they execute.
that's
Because
true,
wording-wise, it seems like they wouldn't, but you know how that is. They'll tweak it before they get there. But now when we get into overtime in the regular season, everybody gets the ball. But instead of 15 minutes like we usually have, it's only going to be a 10-minute quarter. That way the game doesn't go on forever, because that's what they're trying to make sure they do.
My question is, will they hold the ball for 11 minutes and don't score? I mean, 9 minutes and don't
I mean,
score.
it can end in a tie.
That's true.
It's not like.
I mean, if you run all the clock out and then score, I think you would win.
But I just don't understand why
I don't think
changing
the
overtime.
other team would get the ball, because technically you ran the
They
clock out. It's not the
always
same
do this.
thing.
They cry about the overtime, and usually what happens is the first team end up scoring a touchdown, and it doesn't matter.
It does not matter. But yeah.
But like, I don't know, they keep messing with the overtime, and I'm like, but it's always when the team. I'm sorry, it's when the team they really want to win loses, and then now it's the problem with the overtime rule. Like, trust me, Dallas has lost plenty of games in overtime. That I'm like, that
Because
sucks.
your defense didn't stop, and if your offense got another shot,
yeah.
it might have made it. Yeah, but they are also they like the way the kicking went, new kickoff. So now they're pushing it to the 35, so that kickers won't kick it out of the back of the end zone.
Now, my only thing is, like I said this to y'all, I'm like, they made this big deal about trying to get them not to run the ball. That's why all this started anyway, because they didn't want them running the ball.
But they fixed who was running.
And so then why not go back to the way it was and make them line up the way they have them line up? It used to be the 20, like...
Because now you're not going to return the kick. You're just going to knee it because you're not going to get anywhere.
I don't know.
And I guess giving it to him on the 35 that's a lot.
That is a lot.
And like I said, they don't want the kicker kicking the ball out the end zone. They want him to drop it before the end zone so that they have to return the ball.
But then I guess, I don't know, because before they didn't want them to return the ball. So then you mess with it. Now you got to keep messing with it.
I guess because the area is so small that they can run, but I guess it's trying to make special teams, at least kickoffs, more scoring ability.
Yeah. Well, at least a more exciting play so that people aren't skipping.
It was exciting the way it was, and they messed with it. And now they're trying to undo what they did, but it's too late. Then you keep messing
They're not
with it.
trying to undo.
I like how
I think
special
they like
teams
the new
was.
way,
The
and I think
things
they
they
like this
mess
new role.
with, they shouldn't mess with. Like the onside kick, I'm still mad about that.
That-
I gotta
yes,
tell
that is
you
stupid.
when
Yes.
I'm on.
I will give you
the
that.
whole point of onside kick is a surprise.
So it ruined everything. Yeah.
Yes, the onside kick is
And you only can
useless.
use it at
If-
certain
I'm
times.
telling you,
Like
it's dumb. That is very dumb.
dumb.
The onside kick being announced is stupid.
it's dumb to me.
Goodell is the last rule they've tried to change. Goodell is trying to get rid of the tush push. I find out that's why it's being pushed, even though a lot of the owners, like, there's a couple that are like, I don't like it, but that's jealousy because
Yeah.
they can't do it. Goodell wants it gone. Because usually if it would have not had the votes like that, it would just be gone. The fact that they're going to go out of their way to like, well, we'll come back to this. Somebody important wants it.
Yeah.
That's the only way that ever happens like that, or it would be gone.
So it's saved for now.
because they didn't really
come
do
back
anything.
come back at a later date.
Yeah.
Come back at a later date.
Because they're not tabling the divisional thing, where when we get to the playoffs,
No, table two. They tabled the playoff thing.
they tabled it. I thought they just
I read
threw it
it.
away.
What's the
Okay.
playoff thing?
When you get into the playoffs, divisional record doesn't matter.
It's about
It's just straight up
Oh,
record.
Oh, I don't think they're not doing
Because
that.
it messes up divisional.
They're not doing
like,
that. They want to keep it
rivalries and stuff
divisional
like that.
because
because
like-
what's the reward for winning a division?
Yeah.
and that's like, and then and you got these you got these sour teams that are mad. Well, I don't know. Like you have a hard division, you have a hard division. He has a soft division, but that switches up over
has a soft
time.
division.
There's a soft division.
Well,
that
and then
gets very
you've
difficult.
got divisions like the AFC North.
I don't want to hear it.
You got the
Because
AFC North that is a
the
tough
Lions-
division.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, but we like fighting with each other for the top.
Yeah,
like I don't want to do that.
I mean, Seattle, they used to win all the time just because being home.
They
Like,
get 8 wins just from playing in Seattle. It would be enough for them to win that division
They play
because
the first.
everybody
They
else
get
was
their first
garbage.
playoff win because they're home, and
Yeah,
they lose
and
the
then they
next
get
win
dogged in the
because
second
they're
round
not at
every
home
year.
anymore. And it used to happen all the time, but that's just how it happens. If you don't like it, beat them.
Okay.
That's just how it
Commanders
works.
came in and did that thing.
Yeah, they did.
The Lions wasn't supposed to lose that game.
If you don't like it, beat them. That's just how it works. So I don't know. They act like that, but
It's gonna be interesting because if they do change, I hope they figure out a better way. Because if you no longer if you win a division, doesn't matter what your place is. Do you still get a home? Do you lose your home game?
or anything you switch up divisions.
Well,
Because
yeah.
I don't understand why Dallas is playing all the way.
You're gonna lose your rivalry though.
Yeah, then that's why.
It's like the rivalry against them and like the Washington is even there really anymore. Like
Oh, you don't know.
There's more of a rivalry between Dallas and Philly than there is
Commanders,
between Dallas and Washington. I mean,
and a lot of people like Jaden
with
Daniels,
Washington
so
being
hard
good,
that-
if y'all
If you're both good,
if y'all get in each other's way in the next couple of years, it'll come right back.
Well, they might start to get a little talky. They might be a little bit more mouthy. They were quiet. They were actually easy to deal with because we live around the DC area. They were a lot more easy to deal with this year, even when they started winning because they were
RG. They got obnoxious quick.
They were a pain in the bootay, and
then he got hurt. And you just watched their like soul straight out of their body. It was so funny.
Humbled them too.
Having the dumbass name.
Don't like their name. They do not.
Yeah.
They're a little quiet because they gotta like.
It's just so weird seeing them with the W.
They do.
No, because you're like
they're very.
You know
humble.
you don't like that.
Like,
you see their fans wearing hats and stuff, and you're like, you know you don't like that.
And they just
they're
do
like,
this look of shame. They just
because you can't find that.
They still bring out the skin stuff every once in a while.
I'm not gonna lie, that icon is just.
it was really iconic.
So like it's just hard to be mad at Commanders.
I need to go somewhere and buy. I do want to own one Skins thing because it's gonna be vintage.
That's if it comes back though. I heard it might be coming
It
back.
ain't coming back.
Cause I think I've heard it's coming back, and
Like
like
getting a lot of support.
they even name a lot of Native Americans because Native Americans didn't care then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the son of the family of the chief they had up there, they really were upset they got rid of the logo.
We'll see.
Yeah.
So
We'll see.
Don't be
Rodgers played catch with DK Metcalf this weekend.
Oh.
Yeah, I heard they
Had a
I
whole
think
throwing
that's
session.
I don't know why this is being dragged out, but I really think this is a thing.
I think he already told them, and so they're just like, all right, well, just finish everything you're doing, and we'll get you in here when you do.
I'm trying to tell you, Aaron just was like, yo, I don't want to be doing all this.
Like OTA.
Well, he had to go in his little dark
if I come and
and
sign, then I have to do the interviews and talk to the news outlets and do your media day, and I
they
want to
act
relax.
funny, even when like they gave him that day, that weekend for himself, and the Jets did. And everybody was, remember they were like, oh, where he at? Why is he here?
Because
Like,
the news is nosy and thinks that they owe stuff.
They need to know everything.
He's an asshole because he won't give us the information we need to have an easier story. That's not his job.
And like he's a veteran. So
vet. Get
I
over
don't
it.
need him here. Like,
get over it. He will be there when he's ready. And like I said, well, what if they want to draft a quarterback? He said with the Jets, I have no problem being here to mentor.
Yeah.
So you don't think they've already talked? They're probably drafting a quarterback. Like I said, looks like everybody's not getting a quarterback in the first round. Shoot, they might be getting Shador, Jackson Dart, who's again real good quarterback. Aaron Rodgers is down mentoring. That's who I wanted.
Yeah.
So yeah, that could happen.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think if anything, he'll probably just sign late. Like he's
Yeah.
or he'll
You think
sign
like the Aaron Rodgers or not Aaron Rodgers, Brett Favre of like August 5th?
I don't know, but just to miss all that. But I think he should be able to sign, and he should be able to just come to the things to be able to build a rapport. But he shouldn't have to be there for the other stuff.
Yeah.
Because there's nothing wrong with him coming like, okay, I'll work with the offense, but I don't need to do all the. Yeah.
I mean, if they have an understanding, like if Tomlin wants him there, that's one thing. But I feel like if they have a conversation,
at the end of the day, it's between them.
and an understanding,
this is a grown man.
Exactly.
Then mind your business.
I'm a grown ass man, though. So
But,
yeah. So that's just how. But
So that pretty much shakes up all for right now.
that's the
The
world.
draft is coming up. I think it's what, a week and a half.
After Easter.
Yeah, after Easter.
Yeah.
Weekend after Easter, yeah.
So
We'll say a third, 20 days.
20 days. Boy, so 2.5 weeks. But so we're getting there, and there's still some free agents out there. Like
I think most people are gonna wait till after the draft, though.
I
See
will.
what you can
Yeah,
get,
most
and
of these
then-
free agents are
then
probably
you
not
fill the
gonna
rest
be
in with free agents. That's what I would do. But who am I?
It's going to be interesting because I think we're going to be hearing about some people who were free agents who haven't signed yet all the way up until training camp.
I mean, sometimes
definitely.
it's training camp. Sometimes it's preseason. You see them play, and you're like, oh,
Somebody gets hurt.
definitely need somebody get hurt. You
There's
see
gonna be
for
somebody who doesn't
real,
get signed that
like
when you're like,
somebody's
oh,
we
gonna
need
tweak
another wide
something
receiver.
in
Like,
camp.
yeah.
You're gonna see something.
So
like
yeah, and then all that first week, sometimes it's the first week, and you're like, yeah, we really need a wide receiver.
Yeah.
Like,
But we'll see who's gets shaked around and thrown to team.
okay, that's weird. Okay, these buddies.
The bunnies are
freaking
starting to
me
freak you out.
Okay, just like,
But
it moves
anyway,
fast too.
but if you any rumors, anything y'all are hearing on some of this, because right now you're getting that hush hush conversation talk. Oh, one more thing before we go, I forgot about this. I'm sorry. They voted to allow them to start talking to the player during the legal tampering area.
Oh.
Because it was basically like, if we can do a contract with their agent, why can't I talk to them?
Well, at least to the agent, yeah.
Like, it just, I don't completely understand it. Like, even if I can't, like, I don't understand tampering on some fronts.
To me, then that means somebody that broke the rules.
As long as it
somebody
ain't
don't
during the
wanna
season,
punish.
I don't think it matters.
You know how
But
that goes. So it's somebody they don't want to punish that broke the rules, so now they got to change.
Told
the
you who
rules.
broke the rules. The Chiefs and somebody else.
See what I'm
well,
saying?
Pittsburgh actually proposed it because I don't think they liked that they couldn't talk to Rodgers. They could only talk to his people. They were like, we could have had most of this stuff done if we
That's
could have
the-
talked to Rodgers. himself.
when you still haven't decided.
I think it is done. The contract's done. They said they've come to a contract decision.
The rules are the rules, okay?
Okay, and these are the rules now.
See what I'm saying?
So,
But they went and changed it for other people. There's people got fined. There's people. I'm just saying. But
what do
they-
y'all think? You conspiracy theory with her? Go ahead and
comment.
leave it on
Let's
here.
talk. Let's have a conversation.
And
I know
while you're
what
there,
I don't trust anybody though.
make sure you like and subscribe.
Share.
And share. And hit us on the social medias. We should be getting some more stuff up on Instagram soon.
It's just been really slow right now. But
Yeah.
we got y'all.
But we got some stuff coming, all right? And we'll see y'all next time, all right? Peace.